It is an absolutely stunning 105-degree day, Fahrenheit day here in Los Angeles. I'm so excited. I'm actually wearing a dress. You can't really tell with how I'm holding my camera, but I want to share with you my project. So, last time you saw this, it was in the midst, and I just had to add the fluid and a few other things. On. I do need to put the UV lights in a little bit better area. This light strip is from Cablemod. These are pretty crazy bright, like super bright, and they have RGB as well, so you can kind of interchange them. And then I have these super cheap ones up here. There's two of them, one along that side and then one up here. These are just from Amazon. I'll include them in the description below, but they were a lot cheaper than the Cablemod ones. But look at how that glows. Tell me that's not insane. Oh my goodness. And I could not be happier with the way these clear plexi blocks all look. Oh my goodness. I literally died the first time I plugged in the pump and saw, or plugged in all the UV lights and saw how absolutely stunning this looks. Oh my goodness. So a breakdown of the parts. The CPU block and the reservoir are both from Aquatuning. The GPU block is from EK, and it's actually the first product that I've used from EK. This clear block, oh my goodness, kill me now, it's just stunning. And then this down here just blows my mind. I could stare at this all day. Oh my god, it is so beautiful. So I did have to buy the D5 pump separately with this one, but it's perfectly fine. I ordered it from Amazon. I probably want to adjust the pump a little bit. You can see some frothing and super bubbling in there. That's because of the center tube that comes up and throws the water or the fluid out. So that's kind of actually normal for this reservoir. You can't really see it. It's just a little bit bubbly, but there's some other things going on that need some addressing as well. So unfortunately, I'm not going to call this build done because, like I said, it still needs a little bit more work. So let's talk about that right now. So I'm using this fluid from UFO Technologies. Oh my gosh, look at it when it's in my hand next to the lights. Some have called it similar to view fluid, and yes, I think the particles are a little bit smaller than the view fluid is what I've heard, but I've never used view fluid, so I don't really know. However, I'm having a slight problem with this fluid, and I think it's actually my fault. Go figure. But you can see how this settles in here, which is perfectly normal and perfectly fine. You shake it up and you get all the pretty floating particles, and it just looks absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. It's gorgeous. But what's happening, and you can see in here it's not really sticking to the plastic or anything, and that's how it should be. In my build, however, you can see, so my camera just died and I had to charge it for a little bit. I have no idea where I left off. So I have my lights turned off in here too, because I wanted you all to see how beautiful this looks with the lights turned off and the UV lights on full effect. So I'm using this CryoChills coolant from UFO Technologies, and I forgot when they sent it to me that they suggested using the Mayhem Blitz kit before putting it into your system. And I did not do that with my Valentine's Day build, which is right there. I didn't do it with that one, and so I didn't even think about doing it with this one, and I got this fluid back in March, so it completely, I just didn't even think about it, which is so silly of me. The thing with the Valentine's Day build is that I had used that radiator in my very first water cooling build, so I think it had been amply flushed of any type of contaminants inside of it. However, this one, I'm using a 360 radiator from Alphacool, and it is the first time that I've used it. I did flush the system with distilled water, however I only did it once and I probably didn't do it long enough either. So I feel like the issue that I'm having right now with the pretty silver particles that you can see settling here, they're actually attaching to some of my parts, some of the blocks and the reservoir. And I honestly think it's my fault because I didn't follow instructions. So it's a good lesson learned. We're going to try to rectify the situation in that, so right now you can't really tell at all. And if, honestly, I really like how it looks, and I wouldn't care that the particles are kind of attaching to the blocks in the reservoir and the tubes. I wouldn't care, especially since this is going to be torn down essentially right after I posted on YouTube and the parts reused. So it really shouldn't matter, and I think it looks fantastic with just the UV lights. However, for science, I want to see what happens after I do the Blitz kit. Mostly just for future information and for just kind of knowing what happens. So what I'm going to do is I've actually ordered the Mayhem Blitz kit. I had to order it directly from Mayhem, and it's going to take a little while to get here, unfortunately, but everyone is sold out of it, so popular item, I guess. I'm going to drain the whole system. I'm going to take all of these parts apart and try to clean them as best I can. So that'll be a video, and then I'm going to do the Blitz kit. And then I'm going to refill it with this fluid that's left over. So then we'll see how it goes, and we'll see if it's the fluid, if it was indeed my fault, or what's going on. So I think this will be a good lesson for future videos, future water-cooled builds for me, and just to kind of spread the word too. So I'm going to turn off the system right now so you can see exactly what's happening with all of the parts. You can kind of see it now, how these bubbles, it looks like bubbles, but I promise you it's not. I've stuck my finger in there and it's silver stuff that comes out. You can also see on this EK block that I'm getting some bleeding here. I've been told that's normal. I'm not a huge fan of that, but this is the first block that I've used that's clear, so I'm guessing that probably just is what happens, but not too entirely sure with that. So this is off. You can tell right away that silvery stuff is just like attached to everything. So with the lights on, it looks fantastic. With the lights off, not so much. It's all in the tubes. It's not on the CPU block, but definitely on in here and here. So time for some cleaning. So I'm going to wait for the Mayhem Blitz kit and then drain it, and we'll do all that in separate videos. In the meantime, I do have another build that I'm working on, so that'll be coming really soon. And if you are not following me on Twitch, I am streaming on Twitch Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, and Saturdays at 1 p.m. Pacific, and sometimes Sunday a bonus morning, depending on what I have planned for that day. But we've been working on a bunch of things on Twitch stream, so that's been really fantastic, and working on some new things for this new build that's actually back there. So I promise you that is in the works. Like real soon. That's actually going to happen before we finish this. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, There goes my alarm. If you're not subscribed to the channel, then do subscribe. If you want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, my links are in the description below. Anyway, I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.